It's just too peaceful, to be honest. Just the sound of the river next to me and then the sound of the birds. Welcome back to another adventure, everyone. Today you join me for my second day in the Cairngorms National Park. I just spent the night at Red House Bothy and I've just left the Linn of Dee car park just back in that direction. And I wasn't really too sure where to spend the night tonight. I've brought my tent, so I think I'm going to be camping. And I've pretty much just picked a random direction and I'm just going to keep walking until I find a nice spot. I'm following a pretty good track right now, just in amongst the trees. So peaceful. Keep heading this way for a bit, see where it takes me. It's only about 4 PM right now, so I'm leaving plenty of time, just in case I struggle to find a spot. But it's the Cairngorms. Like, there's literally spots everywhere, whether it's underneath a tree or it's by a river. I'm sure I'll find a good spot. And it just feels great to be out in the Cairngorms. Again, yesterday the weather wasn't great. Today it seems a little bit better, but it's still windy and it's still quite cold, so I'll definitely have to wrap up warm. But it feels good to be exploring again. Bit of a boardwalk here. This is pretty interesting. A lot more built up than I thought it would be. Straight away it feels pretty remote. The place I started at, the Linn of Dee, is quite busy. There's loads of people walking about and there's loads of walks you can do from there, so it's understandable. But as you can see, you quickly get away from all the people and there's just trees as far as the eye can see. That is so impressive. The arrow says go this way, so I'm going to go this way. Can't argue with that. I continued to follow the path and eventually emerged out from the safety of the surrounding trees. The weather was harsh and the wind swept through the glen. All I could do was power on in search of calmer conditions. Look at those huge mountains in the distance, part of the Cairngorms. That looks so menacing. Oh, the rain started as well. But I'm following something called Louis Water just down to my left, and I'm in dire need of water. I've actually got none left at all. And I was just about to stop to see if I could fill it up, but the rain's come on, and I'm guessing it's going to be a pretty decent shower. So I'll probably just continue on and find somewhere further up the river. I'm following this for a wee bit now. So yeah, I'll find somewhere further on. Hopefully the rain stops. Oh, that feels so good to have a drink. I was absolutely gasping there. I didn't bother filling up my bottles because I think I'm just going to find a place to camp alongside this river. The weather is wild, so I don't want to go up any higher. And I think that's going to be my best bet, so just thought I'd save the weight. I actually know where I am now though, which is good. I'm heading towards Derry Lodge and another bothy called Bob Scott's Bothy. I've been on this path once before, a while back, so it's good to know where I am. And it's an amazing place. Even when the weather's as mental like this, it's still so much fun. Let's try and find somewhere to camp though. Get out of this miserable weather. I eventually branched off the gravel track and started to follow a trail, cutting its way through the heather. I was searching for the nearby river. So unfortunately the bothy was full. I thought it might be, to be fair, because it's quite a busy one. I think it's actually one of the most popular in Scotland, and I could just see the smoke coming out of the chimney, and I just looked through the window and there was like 5 or 6 people there. There was also quite a few tents outside the bothy, which is one of the best spots as well to pitch your tent because it's really flat and it's right next to the river. So no luck, but I'm just going to continue on and see if I can find somewhere else alongside this river. You know what? That looks pretty good right there. That didn't take long. The bothy is like back in that direction along the path, maybe like 500 metres to a kilometre, and I'm still right next to this river, and the views in that direction are really nice. I think I'm just going to pitch here. Yeah, this will do nicely. I don't like the fact that some of these trees around here, the tops of them are like broken off and they look like they could fall, and it's really windy as well. You wouldn't know it here. I'm nice and sheltered by all these trees, but it's actually like 40-45 mile an hour winds. That's what it was saying anyway. And you saw I was getting blown about in the glen. But yeah, this is a great spot, so let's do it. Well, that's me got my tent set up and I'm actually really happy with it, you know. It's such a great spot. I'll give you a wee tour. So this is the Louis water, just here. And I don't know if you can maybe make out a building in the distance there. That is Louisbeg. I'm not sure if that's a bothy or someone's home, or maybe just abandoned. Up in that direction is the abandoned Derry Lodge. Here is my tent with my own wee bench, perfectly placed. And then off in that direction is Bob Scott's bothy. It's about 6 PM right now and I am absolutely starving. The walk in was only about 3.5 miles, but it made me so hungry. So I'm going to get some dinner on before the rain comes again. Any guesses of what's for dinner? You guessed it right. A pot noodle. You can't beat it. Oh, I really should up my food game. It's just lazy at this point, but if you can't beat it, then why not? And it's dead cheap as well. I'm trying the Bombay Bad Boy this time, which I've never tried before. Here's my spork. Here we go. Just an old taste test, see how it is. Tastes very similar to the curry one, but just a little bit spicier. But man, is it nice and warm. It is quite cold. What a spot though. It's dead peaceful. You don't really feel the wind just because I'm nice and sheltered. So glad I found this spot. Well, dinner has been devoured, and either I'm really hungry or they should be serving that in Michelin star restaurants, because that was so nice. I think I might just be hungry, to be fair, but who knows. Anyways, I'm going to go and do the dishes because it's now covered in sort of like curry powder, so I need to clean this up. Well, now that I've done that, I'm just going to properly chill out. I'm actually quite tired, to be honest. After that walk back from the bothy last night, that was about 5 miles. And then you add on the 3.5 miles to get to this spot. I'm actually quite tired. I did take a break in between, but I could definitely do with a wee lie down. I'm just going to chill and enjoy the scenery, and then I'll probably bring you back in a couple hours and see if there's any sort of sunset. Well, good morning everyone. I had such a great sleep last night. I can't lie. At about 8:30, I went into my tent and I was just lying down with the doors open and I just fell asleep. It's just too peaceful, to be honest. Just the sound of the river next to me and then the sound of the birds. I just fell right asleep, so I'm not sure if there was a nice sunset, but to be honest, I doubt it. It's just been cloudy for the past week here in Scotland, and it seems to be cloudy again today. But yeah, I had a great night's sleep and I feel fully refreshed and ready for another day of exploring. I've got some of these brioche rolls left that I had yesterday, or the day before, sorry. So yeah, I'm gonna have a couple of those for breakfast and just enjoy this, to be honest. Well, that's me made it up to the old Dairy Lodge. I'm not sure if that used to be a bothy or not, but it is no longer anyways. It's all boarded up. What a great trip this has been. A great few days spent in the Cairngorms National Park. It's one of my favourite places to come in Scotland, and I think you can see why. Just in this short time that I've been here, I've seen so many different things, and everywhere you go is different. There's new places to see, there's new things to explore. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I'm just going to make my way back along the same track now. If you have and you want to see more, then feel free to subscribe. It's completely free and it really helps the channel out. And I'll hopefully see you guys next time for another adventure.